One of the topics on architectural lighting that I think is really fascinating is the conversations that we have to have with clients. And so when you're sitting down and you're bidding a project, like, talk to me about what you're seeing on the number side for architectural lighting, and what does that mean?
Okay, budgets, pure budgets. We're going to talk money here.
Okay.
We're going to talk money and expectations. So architectural lighting may not even be a line item in some budgets, which means that budget is actually in the electrician's budget, which then means that's a 6-inch recessed can, which was installed in 1990, and that's where it ended. So anything. I still see it all the time, and it's a little bit of a red flag for me if I go and I see a house and they've put in the 6-inch cans, and this is like a new build, a new house. I'm always like, ooh, so nobody told them. Yes, so nobody told them. So everybody watch this. So here's the deal: 6-inch cans. They're a thing of the past. If you walk into a really nice home and there are 6-inch cans, that means that something was not paid attention to.
Yeah.
That's where my radar goes off. But let's talk about how to solve this.
Yes, okay.
And what people are doing now and what's expected now. So in your budgets, there should be a line item for architectural lighting.
I'd say the trend in our industry and home building and in design and architecture has been miniaturization. So 6-inch cans then became 5-inch cans, which became 4-inch cans. Now what's really at the luxury end of the market is 2 and 3-inch cans. And then all the way down to the smallest aperture is from, we have a couple in our house, is the A Pure from Porsche. It's a company that created little dime-sized recessed can lights.
And so think about that. If Porsche is involved in the technology of lighting, which they have been for many, many years, and we're now seeing it in homes, and the standards are getting better and better and better, and the expectations are much higher, which is the new standard. To the actual budget, it's called architectural lighting. The layers of lighting that you have talked about.
It could even, by the way, be LED strip lighting. It could be the lighting illuminating the task lighting that's illuminating countertops. So anything that falls under architectural lighting, not decorative lighting, but architectural lighting would be included under that allowance.
Okay, so you bring up a good point. There's architectural lighting as a cost code and decorative lighting as a cost code.
And typically, in my experience, the architectural lighting is purchased and installed by the contractor. Then the decorative lighting, often in our industry, is provided by the interior designer and furnished to the contractor to be installed. So then they've got a cost associated with the installation, but they're not the ones actually purchasing the decorative lighting.
Yes. And so let's talk money. Let's just get to the money fact. All right. So a 6-inch recessed can, you can go to Home Depot or Lowe's and you can purchase that for $6 or $15, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
A 4-inch can, now we're upping the game from a house budget that would have $5,000. Now we're in the $20,000 range. So just think about that for a minute. A beautiful home, and let's just say there's a delta of $15,000. For $15,000, you are now at a standard with which the market expects.
Correct.
So if you were to sell that home, you are now within the market.
What should be expected?
Yes.
Again, it's negotiable. Like, what priority is the architectural lighting to the way you experience your home?
Yes. And with that conversation, you create a budget that may not have even existed at the initial conversation.
This is true.
So nobody likes a $150,000 modification. Nobody likes a $300,000 modification. So let's hit it straight on from the beginning.
I cannot tell you how many times I've walked into a situation where another architect was involved and another builder was involved, and I'm the last one onto the project as a collaborator, and I'm looking at their line items, and that number is so low, we really have to be the ones to raise a red flag and say, hey guys, to control expectations, let's put some accurate numbers that are based in reality on what that architectural lighting budget is for.
Which is really important. So when Ben and I are on a project together, we are collaborating very early on, like while the plans are being drafted, so that we're having these conversations as professionals and advocates for our clients.
For sure.
So having the right team members up front on your behalf really does build this budget properly. And it arms the client with, hey, thank you everyone for the information, but I love the 80s, man. I love the 80s. I'm staying in the 80s. But at least I'm kidding, but at least the conversation was had.
Exactly right.